Come on. Oh, here we go. Lifestyle investing where we invest
Yeah.
based off our lifestyle to build a future lifestyle. We got the genius and the masterful multi-millionaire Vladi in the house.
Vladi's here.
Yeah. So one thing we were talking about, obviously you're a big real estate developer, lender, wholesaler, this and that. When do you think the market's going to tank? And what do you think specifically about Seattle?
Tank-wise, that's an interesting question. I always, try to predict it. If I had to bet on it, you got to look maybe the third quarter 2019 possibly, after everybody makes their move. But I don't think it will tank. I think it was more of a level out. I think people will calm down. I think the big thing that's going to ride on it is one of the Fed's going to raise its damn interest rates up.
True.
And I think that's going to be a big, I don't see it happening next year or so because you still have Weyerhaeuser still hasn't made their move. Expedia hasn't finished their campus in Seattle. Expo International still needs to expand. Amazon is still promising more employees. And all this stuff is going to happen first, second quarter 2019. Maybe if everything puts into place and interest rates go up, which I think they need to go up sooner or later. You can't stay at zero forever. And at that point, there's probably, but I don't see it as a tank, man, because I think we're in such an interesting market. We have all of Western Canada above us. We're one of the few metropolitans with direct flights, both out of the Middle East and out of China. All of that creates for a healthy market. There's nothing, and we have the number one aerospace company in the world, Boeing, Seattle, Microsoft, number one tech, Amazon, Expedia, Expo International, Starbucks, Costco. Healthy market. It's not just an inflated market. I think it's a very healthy market.
It is diversified too, where it's not just situated on one sector,
Right.
like in Detroit.
Yeah, we're like, and then also population-wise, we don't have the 12 million people that the greater LA area has or what Manhattan has. We're 800,000 people in Seattle.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room to grow. But these prices are getting kind of terrifying, I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
Average, I think as of last month, the average house in Capitol Hill for first time ever hit over $1 million.
No?
For average house?
The average house in Capitol Hill for first time ever. So you start looking at that like, damn, is everybody a millionaire that lives here?
Right. Yeah.
And you start, so at some point, man, it has to level out, but I don't see a crazy crash.
Yeah.
I think if you're in the core parts, close to the where the work is, within a 30-minute commute, I think it's pretty healthy.
So you talked a lot about like different companies, like within the market.
Yeah.
You've been talking about a couple neighborhoods. You even said direct flights and whatnot. So
Yeah.
when you look at a place to invest in or build a lot or build, whatever, like what are the key things that you look at?
Commute, man. Commute. I mean, because people need to get to work, and somebody with kids, they don't want to spend 3 hours. Because I live, roughly 30 miles south of Seattle, and I drive there every day, and I spend 2.5, 3 hours in the car. I'm okay with it, but I don't have a wife, I don't have kids.
It's true.
And you start thinking about people that are married, that spend 9 to 5s. They don't want to make it a 7 to a 7:30 because they're in the car and they get home,
Right.
2 hours of hanging out with the family, go back to sleep 5 days a week. That's torture. So because of that, the closer you are obviously to the core, whether it's Boeing, whether it's these big corporations or wherever your work is, I think it's safe and it's healthy. Very much so, For me, and then maybe us, we're still young and we can take that commute, man.
That's true.
And it's okay, and I enjoyed listen to a podcast, listen to music, and kind of get in my zone for the day, but for some people, a lot of people, it doesn't work.
So do you think it's better to invest in somewhere like Renton or Everett or even like Snohomish, where it's a little bit outside of the city? Or what do you think?
So for personal, I like being outside of the city, but I'm saying
to put your money in.
So to put your money into it, I think that if you're close to the core, I don't see it ever going down. I know it's inflated right now, but then you can look outside other neighborhoods. Like I've been big on like Beacon Hill, South Seattle, neighborhoods that are kind of still up and coming, but then there's like, man, these neighborhoods north of downtown, they're all inflated in price. I think south is still cheap, but the commute now is getting quicker to come from here than from here.
Nice, yeah.
So now the commute from Beacon Hill, technically right now, is a lot quicker than if you're coming from UW, because once you cross that bridge and everybody's coming from there, that's where all the good schools are. But then, man, this is just south, a lot quicker of a commute. And to me, I've been putting a lot of money there. Actually, majority of the houses I've built, I've been in the Beacon Hill area.
It's true.
So man, it's important to physically go there. It's important also to physically know who you're selling to and take that drive from wherever you're investing into that Amazon office and see what that drive is like. Go do that, and then know who you're selling to, and do that. Once you do that, and that wasn't too bad of a drive. I didn't go down no crazy roads. It was a pretty straightforward drive. An Amazon employee is going to buy this at this price range, and at that point, your money's pretty safe.
Boom, boom, boom. Knowledge, guys. Vladi in the house. Spit some knowledge. Where to invest in. What to look at. What are the keys? He mentioned some good content right there. Go back, watch it, and watch for the next show, okay? Peace.